Okay, so I suppose it's more of a video for people who don't train, like friends, family, and stuff. A lot of the time, when people are competing, they'll get advice, and it can often be like, "Oh, you just get really, really angry." They've watched all the memes on the internet. Like, I'm a tiger. I'm a deadly shark, or a bear, or like salmon, any top predatory animal really. But for competition, you don't want to be too aroused. Everyone's been in that situation. They've been over aroused. They've splurged everything they've got, and now, that's they've been too aroused. But more specific to jiu-jitsu and MMA, your arousal versus your performance, it's gonna be there's gonna be a peak of where that is. For some people, that how aggressive they are is going to be skewed one way. For other people, if they're a bit more counter, or they're a bit of a slow starter, that might be skewed a little way the other. And depending how much pressure you've put on yourself already, is going to decide like where you're starting on that. So for some people leading up to competition, they need to put a lot of energy into relaxing to get into that sort of peak arousal. Other people, you'll sometimes see people before competition sleeping. They need to be geeing themselves up. So under a point on that arousal, you're just going to get steamrolled by the other person. If they're ready to go, they're just going to roll over you because you're not ready to go. And then past a point again, you're going to be so ready to go. You're going to leave gaps, make mistakes, and then the other person's going to capitalise. There's a chance that you're that worked up and you're that going. You might have an intense 2 minutes. Like 2 intense minutes. Who could ask for more? But if you gas, then you're done. And if that's a 5-minute round, a 10-minute round, you need to be pacing that a bit better. So, yeah, if you're not competed before, when you see people and they've got the headphones on, they're listening to the music, they're trying to visualise what they're going to do, they're doing their specific warm-up things that they're preparing for. Really, this is where they're trying to get into, the zone. The zone, like they're trying to get in that right headspace where they're going to perform to the highest of their abilities. So yeah, next time someone is competing and you're around them, wish them well, but saying get really angry, it's not always the most helpful thing, and for some people it can actually be quite detrimental to how well they perform.